Hey guys, Pretzel here, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be reviewing my SH Monster Arts Godzilla 2019 figure. For this video, I'm going to be wearing a plain white t-shirt, so my t-shirt doesn't get in the way of you viewers seeing the figure, because I noticed in my last video of me unboxing this, you couldn't really see the figure, because my shirt kind of blended in with it. So I decided just to wear a plain t-shirt so you guys didn't have a problem seeing it. Throughout having this, because this is the next day after unboxing this guy, I gotta say I am pretty disappointed with this figure. It looks absolutely amazing, very outstanding. I think it's very, very cool looking. Articulation, very different. I'm having a lot of problems with this figure. My most recent problem is that the tail, this part right here, popped off and took me, without a doubt, about an hour to get it back on. And I put it on my shelf, and now I'm doing this, and I'm kind of afraid that moving them around and stuff, because I don't want that to happen again, because oh boy, was that very, very frustrating. And it turns out that on my left leg, right here, you can barely see it, but right here, this part right here, that is deformed. It is not supposed to look like that. It's supposed to look like this, but it looks like this. This part right here is caved in, and this messes with this part of the articulation and doesn't allow it to move correctly. So with like this leg, like I have no problem doing that, but you know, it was like underneath this part, and I finally got it out, but you know, it moves better than it did, but it doesn't move perfectly. The knee joint on mine, for some reason, doesn't want to work right, as you can hear that. Yeah, see, I don't know what's causing that. The left leg is fine. I would say that it's kind of loose, but as long as it's not popping off every 10 seconds, then I have no problem with it. The right foot right here pops off, not very easily, but if you put a little bit of pressure on it, then it will pop off. I'd say the best point of articulation on this figure is the head. I have no problems with the head. It moves great, it feels great, and you know, whatever, all that kind of stuff. The tail is where I have a problem with. For example, on my SH Monster Arts 2014 figure, no problems at all. It's a little loose though, and it does do that. This figure doesn't. It's pretty sturdy, but you know, I don't have a problem with this at all. But it moves great. It has, you know, I don't want to add too much pressure to it, because it will pop off too. But I don't have a problem with this popping off than I have with this. I don't even know what happened to that. I was moving it, and I was kind of pushing it this way, and this part, you know, popped off, and I'm like, what the heck? And the mainly problem that I had putting this on is this thing right here. Right here. This loose thing. It's loose, and it affects me putting this ball joint back into the figure. It's kind of hard to explain, but like the ball joint and the legs don't help either. They mainly just get in the way, because the ball joint is just so small, and you have to like push it in there to actually get it to snap back on. And I got it back on, and then I am like, all right, is it good? Nope, pop back off. Like, really? I don't know. And also around this part, I can show you right here. this pops off very easily, so that's not good either. You do have a little bit pressure on it, but not that much, so it does pop off very easily. So I'd say that I will have some problems making stop motions with this figure. I'll mainly just try to stay away from the tail, because that's where my most problems are. So in my stop motions, you won't. Is that what's that? I think there's, I don't know. You won't really see much tail movement in. Sorry about that. But yeah, I'll just have to stay away from the tail. Another thing that's pretty disappointing. I'll just move this out of the way. I'll put it right here. This atomic breath. And I say this is disappointing because it is the exact same sculpt as the Spitfire version of SH monsterarts Godzilla 2014 Spitfire. It is the exact same. Luckily, you can obviously tell the difference between the two. This one has a more darker blue, and the 2014 has more of a kind of this light blue wash on it, as the 2019 doesn't really have that at all. But it does have it, but it's very little. But yeah, it's the exact sculpt. Luckily for mine, my Spitfire version is a little bent, so I am able to tell the difference between the two. But yeah, for me, that's a little disappointing. I don't know why they didn't go with a different sculpt. I know for some other collectors, this is going to be disappointing. For me, it's not that much of a big deal, because I don't even use the atomic breath anyway. But the other accessory that comes with this figure is the jaw. I'm not really much of a fan of the blue thing right here, because it just makes it look like it's coming out of the bottom jaw. It doesn't make it feel like it's coming out of the mouth. But the details on it aren't bad. It's decent. Though, for me, I'm having a little bit of a difficult time putting it in the figure, because it doesn't seem to want to stay in. I can get it in, like barely, but it pops off very easily. But, alright, I thought this was the 2014 figure for a second, and I was like, wait a minute. Yeah. But with articulation, I'll try to do this carefully. The head can move up about that far, can move down about that far. The mouth opens like so. I think the tongue moves like maybe a little bit, not very much. You can make them look that way, and you can make them look that much that way, though it does make a gap right there, so some people might have a problem with that. He doesn't look down like that much at all. I'm not sure if he's supposed to look down, but like mine just doesn't. With the arm, I'm gonna have to use this arm, because this arm just doesn't want to move at all. Like, I can do this. That's all I can do with that arm. But with this arm, you can go all the way around 360. But I'm not gonna do that here, because that'd be a lot more harder. It has single jointed elbow, like so. It can swivel, kind of like, yeah, like that. Hiya. The wrist doesn't go up and down. It swivels like that. the right here, I'm not sure what this does. Like this kind of joint right here, as you can see, this doesn't really, I mean, it kind of pushes it up and down, I guess, but it doesn't really do anything. With the leg, I'm going to use this leg because, you know, the problem with the other leg. What's up with this white stuff that's all over my figure? Hopefully that ain't paint chipping, because that'd suck. But yeah, the leg goes out. Yeah, I guess you could say it goes 360, or it goes right there, maybe. I don't think it's single jointed knee joint. It could be, but I wouldn't really call it that. But I guess that's what you could call it. It kind of swivels too, not by much. You can get them to kick out and all that kind of stuff. And right here, you get good pivot in the ankle. Though I'm surprised this one isn't the one that pops out easily, because this one seems to be loose. For the tail, I'm not going to do much movement because you already know the don't want that to happen. It can, if yours is good, then you can get it to move like. Please don't break it. Mine just, and there goes that. Mine's pretty stiff still. So mine doesn't move as great, but you can get it a decent motion out of the tail, I would imagine, and it can move up a little bit, and of course, you know, that just wants to pop off every 10 seconds. So, yeah, great, I'm so happy. Yeah, but yeah, it can stand up a little bit. It is pretty sturdy, so you won't have this problem. Compared to the 2014 figure, you can have the obvious differences. The dorsal fins. Give you, is the 2019 bigger? It is. You can see here, they're at the exact same. I mean, if you get it, what the heck's wrong with this arm? If you get it kind of standing about the same, the 2014 is almost equal to the 2019 figure, but you can see that the 2019 is bigger than the 2014. Though on my camera, it looks like I have the 2014 figure closer to the camera than the 2019 figure, which I don't. I don't know why it's looking like that, but I don't. I don't know. But yeah, you can see that the 2019 is a little bit bigger than 2014. Articulation-wise, I have to give it to the 2014 figure. Mine's just, I have no problems with the 2014 figure. The only real problem that I have is that the tip kind of wants to pop off once in a while. But that's like the only problem I have with this figure. At the moment, because that could change. Something could, one of the joints could wear out once in a while, and then, you know, pop off and make it a problem. Detail-wise, I have to give it to the 2019 figure. This figure is just really good. Movie accurate, I'm not very sure. Though I would say this figure is most likely more accurate than this one, because I've heard that some people say that this figure isn't accurate to the movie at all, and that the NECA version is more accurate to the movie. But that is because, like, this SH monsterarts didn't have a exact replica for the 2014 movie, something like that, I think. But this figure, I think it just looks very amazing. I do have a little bit of a problem with this dorsal fin though, because for me, I would like it to be more pushed up a little bit, like kind of located right here more. I don't know if it's like that in the movie. I don't think it is at all. But in the movie, it looks fine. But in figure form, and I kind of have a problem with the 20 NECA one too. But I just would like it to be located differently. But that's just me. I didn't actually compare the tails. Let's do that real quick. Yeah, the tail for the 2014 is longer than the 2019, but which is obvious. Also, I gotta say, with the 2019 figure, one of the main problems I had putting it on is because all these little spikes right here are just freaking little daggers. That's what they are, and I just like trying to push it in, and I'm just getting stabbed in the hand. So yeah, that wasn't fun. If I were to score this figure, I'd give it a solid 7 out of 10. It looks amazing, as I said multiple times. Articulation could be better, but I know for other versions that other people get of this figure, theirs are going to be a lot more better than mine. Mine isn't that good, unfortunately. It having the exact same atomic breath as the 2014 is disappointing. I would have liked a better, different one. Also, I forgot to mention that this has a hole on the bottom of it. You can't really see it. I'll probably the tip of my finger is where it's at. I'll try to get it close to this figure if I can. And right there, you can kind of see it, but it is kind of hard. Hold on, let me get a stand. Let's see. Yep. Boom, like that. I'd rather have it like this than with this, but you know, having it doing this is, if you want to recreate that, then you know, this is obviously the better choice. But I don't want to do that, mainly because I don't want to affect the jaw, because I don't want that they'll end up messing up too, then create another problem for the figure. So that's something I don't want. But yeah, if you want to pick up this figure, go for it, I guess. I hope that anyone else who gets this figure doesn't have the same problems as me, though I'll just have to see what other people's figures are like when more reviews come out on YouTube and all that kind of stuff, and see if this is a common problem with the figure or this is just mine. I think it's just going to be mine, unfortunately, but I hope you guys do have a better figure. I hope you enjoyed this review. Also, I forgot to compare it to the the NECA 2019 figure. The paint job, I'd say the SH monsterarts is better. Detail wise, obviously SH monsterarts is better. Articulation wise, SH monsterarts would be better, but for mine, I'd have to give it to the NECA. But you know, yeah. Hopefully we get some more better figures coming up soon. I might not get any more SH monsterarts Godzilla 2019 figures, because I know there will be more variations of this. One particular one that I would enjoy having, but I don't think I'm gonna. I'm probably gonna just get a different kind of SH monsterarts figure once, you know, other ones start coming out. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed my review. And I'll see you next time.